Hey guys, so Lord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Masterverse Masters of the Universe Revelation Classic brought to us by the fine folks over at, say it with me now, Mattel, as well as my good buddy Eltenda, who was kind enough to hook this guy up in our most recent trade we did. So I will leave a link in the description below. Hopefully, again, as I mentioned in the Sorceress Assess, I love saying it like that now. That's going to be the new joke, people. 2024, let's go. As I said before in her review, though, I've been pretty bad at leaving links in the description lately, so that's on me. That's me being completely lazy. I can't even blame my crappy eyes for that. So hopefully it will be there, and if it is, hit them up, let them know I sent you. But as always, don't be a jerk, or I will find you. You will not like it, especially the consequences of that. So with that being said, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review, starting off with Mer-Man's accessories, which are, of course, a plethora of extra hands, because Mer-Man, even though he's the butt of many jokes, he gets all the hands. So suck on that, everyone else. So, of course, he comes with a alternate fist and grip hand. I have the right grip and left fist on him. He's got a right fist and a left grip here. And then he also has the open kind of flipper hands, which are very cool. The original, or I should say the post-apocalyptic Mer-Man from Revelation came with all these same hands, so it's not surprising to see them here. Then he also comes with his corncob sword, or coral sword, which has a bone handle on it. I just noticed that. Huh. That's kind of cool. It's kind of savage, too. Like, what did he kill to make that? But, as we all know, good old Mer-Man here was voiced by the late, great Kevin Conroy, voice of my Batman from Batman the Animated Series, as well as Batman Beyond, Justice League, and Justice League Unlimited, and I think all the Arkham games, if I'm not mistaken, and Injustice. So, you know, he's Batman for a lot of people. And it hits a little close to home for me personally, because Kevin Conroy unfortunately passed away from complications due to cancer, much like my late great mom, Mrs. Overlord, as well as, can't believe this, my idol, late great Ronnie James Dio, and my favorite guitarist, Chuck Schuldiner from the band Death. So cancer just kind of F's with your boy relentlessly, because it took my mom, it took my Batman, it took my favorite singer, and it took my favorite guitarist. What the hell, man? That just freaking sucks. And it also took my favorite Avenger, Chadwick Boseman, aka the Black Panther. Like, what? Why? That sucks, man. So, yeah. Your boy is not a fan of cancer. At all. Unless we're talking about the band, of course, which, they're badass, but, that's a different story for a different day. So, I'm going to dedicate this review to the late, great Kevin Conroy, because I didn't get to do one last year. I tried to figure something out, but I didn't really have anything that kind of fit. So, we're going to dedicate this review to him instead, because Kevin Conroy is awesome, and if you don't like Kevin Conroy, then something's wrong with you. That's like not liking Keith David. That's just not allowed around here. So, while his portrayal of Mer-Man was pretty much like taking the Batman voice, putting it over Mer-Man, Mer-Man wasn't a cuck for once, so I'm okay with that, you know? Even though he's all scarred up and stuff after the time jump, he's not taking crap from nobody. He's a ruthless son of a bitch in this series, so I really appreciate that. I wasn't fond of Scareglow getting cucked out, but you know what? At least Mer-Man didn't, at least not in the traditional sense. So, taking a closer look at the Lord of Rakash here. This armor is cool as far as the sculpt goes, but I did have to heat it up to get it to fit on the body more snugly, because it did kind of flop around initially, which I can only assume is due to how it was packaged or just how it came. So a little bit of heat warping fixed it right up. It's not going anywhere. Like, it does not flop. I might have to heat it up again and freeze it, but as it stands, I didn't have to do that for this review. I'm probably not going to do that unless it bugs me that much. So really like that. Think it's cool. I think it would have benefited from having the little straps on the side, even if that's not accurate. I wouldn't have minded that, just to hold it in place. And it would have been made out of a different material, maybe something more like a skirt here. But for those of you who think that this guy could have been a deluxe figure, I'm not going to argue that. I think they could have made it work with swappable glove cuffs, and the ankle bracers could have just been like the clip-on pieces like we're used to seeing sometimes. And then of course the armor just removable, and they had the scar underneath. Then of course the alt head. The only thing that would have been a bitch about that would have been the hands, maybe, because we got yellow hands here and the other one's got green hands. Maybe they could have given us one fist and one open hand, and then just gave us both that in the yellow and the green, and we would have got 8 pairs of hands, so 1 extra pair of hands. But I don't know. I don't know how they could have done it, other than maybe do a Mattel Creations exclusive deal and just kitted him out. But I don't mind having both. I have 2 Triclops and 2 Trap Jaws. I obviously like them both enough to have both, so I'm totally okay with getting both. That, and you know damn well, if he was deluxe, he would have went on clearance. You would have been able to pick him up twice for half price. So I don't want to hear none of that. Like, it's fine. But as far as articulation goes, he does have the hinge in the head there, as well as the ball joint, so he can look up and down, side to side. Woo! Don't want to scratch him there prematurely. Haha, see what I did there? Probably not. His shoulders do go out. I will say, this one kind of clicks. You can hear that. That's just the plastic against the disc on the inside there. I heat it up and it doesn't do that. Or if I'll leave it posed for an extended period of time, it won't do that. So that's not an issue. That's not like the torso cracking or anything. That's just the literal joint on the inside. So nothing to worry about there. If yours does that, that's normal. Well, not normal, but it's nothing to worry about. He does have a bicep swivel. He does have a double elbow. It can be easier said than done to move. Maybe the other side works better. There we go. So that's cool. I do like the fin gloves. I think that's cool. The LOP Origins Mer-Man had that going on too. So I think that's rad. I think it adds some intimidation to the character design, which may or may not sit well with some people. Personally, I always like Mer-Man's design, even the weird cat version, but when they make him more fish-like, that just does it for me. Makes him more Creature of the Black Lagoon-like. He does have hinge swivel wrists. Not the right hinge for all the weapons, but I'll give him a pass. He's got the new torso articulation, so you can crunch forward, back, and whatnot, but I don't want to mess up this armor because it's on him nice and tight and snug, so I don't want to warp that or anything. He does have a waist cut, though. His hips do kick forward and back, out, back down. He's got a thigh cut, as well as a double-jointed knee. Works pretty well. Swivel at the shin guard there, the calf, and then his foot does hinge forward and back with a rocker. I do wish he had yellow feet. That's my only gripe with this character design, I'll say. Not so much the figure. It does give us an accurate depiction of how Mer-Man appeared before the time jump. Because I think he was in a flashback, wasn't he? He wasn't in that first episode. At least I don't think I saw him in that first episode. I know I saw, like, Clawful and I think Jitsu, maybe? I don't remember. But I did not recall seeing good old Mer-Man here, but of course Trap John, Triclops, and Beastman and whatnot, and Spikor. But it was a time jump, if I'm not mistaken. And I do believe he had the green feet, but I think, you know, to be more like that LOP version, or the mini comic version, I should say, the yellow feet would have been cool, as I bought the camera. Jeez Louise. And I don't have to adjust it, thankfully, but I would have liked the yellow feet. I think that would have been cool, from an aesthetic standpoint. So, with that being said, let's move right along. Take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is our new, and in my opinion, improved, very much improved, I might add, alongside his previous Masters of the Universe Revelation counterpart. This is, of course, the post-apocalyptic, we'll say, battle-damaged version of the character, which I thought was a cool figure at the time, but with the new innovations in the torso articulation that the more classic-looking Mer-Man has here, on top of the fact that I do like him aesthetically a little bit more. I like the armored look with the gloves and the different shin guards. It's still my favorite of the two, but I'm not going to count out this other version, because I think he was one of the better Masterverse figures to come out last year. And then we also have Skeletor, because why not? I like busting out this old Skeletor from time to time, although I do think, even though we got the Horde Skeletor, we could use a more show-accurate version of the old bone face here. There's a bone head. I don't know. Either way, his face is white, should be yellow. That said, 2000X Skeletor and Masterverse, I'm not opposed to that. Or a new Eternia Mer-Man, how about that? Surprised we haven't seen that yet, actually. But moving these two out of the way. This, of course, would not be one of my reviews without bringing in good old Brother Mandibulus from Mythic Legions. Which makes me wonder what a Mer-Man tribute would be like. Would they put him in Cosmic or would they put him in Mythic? I feel like you'd have to put him in Mythic. And of course, we have the infamous Loving Spawn, who, as usual, yep, towers over everyone. Wasn't sure if Mer-Man was going to be neck and neck with the fins and the armor there, but nope. Just seems that Al Simmons is towering over all, as he should be. Yeah. The ongoing joke is that he towers over everyone, and if he doesn't tower over everyone, then the joke kind of loses its charm, you know? But with all that being said, time now to move right along and wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and even though a lot of people didn't exactly care for the Masters of the Universe Revelation series for one reason or another, I don't give a crap. This is my channel, my video, and my personal opinion, this is by far one of the best Masterverse offerings of the calendar year 2023 for those of you watching this in the future. Not only because I'm a massive Mer-Man fan, but it's just a solid figure. And once you adjust the armor with a little bit of heat, so it kind of hugs the body a little better than it does initially, it's so much more fun to play with. I love messing with this guy now. He is fan-freaking-tastic in every way, shape, and form, and I can't thank my good buddy Eltenda enough for hooking him up in our most recent trade that we did. So, with that being said, that's it. Mic drop. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.